فادعوه بها وذروا الذين يلحدون في أسمائه سيجزون ما كانوا يعملون.
Now the name As-Salaam is very similar. I would translate As-Salaam here as the flawless, flawless from any error. Now the problem with translating it as peace, okay, when we use the word peace, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? When you think of peace, what do you think? Huh? War, okay? Opposite of war, right? Good. In relation to Allah, what does that mean when you say Allah is the peace? What does that mean to you? SubhanAllah. Now, peace, even in English, we need to understand peace in English. In English, I've taken some definitions here in English of peace. Freedom from disturbance. Peace. Freedom from disturbance, or when he's in a state of quietness or tranquility. State of mental calm, which is when you're in peace of mind. When you're free from worldly concerns, anxiety and grief. Freedom from war. When you're free from war, you're in a state of peace. May he rest in peace. From what? From the troubles of life. So in essence, peace means what? Being free from something. So even in English they have that, and this is what we say in Arabic. Because As-Salaam is been mentioned once in the Quran, by the way. As-Salaam has been mentioned once. It's from the word Salima, which means to be free from. It means to be free from something. And that is what peace is. But the problem with peace, when you think of peace, okay, when you think of peace, some ideas come to your mind. Quietness, calmness. And for example, when you hear the word irresistible, one of the names of Allah is irresistible. When you hear of irresistible, what comes to your mind? I think I asked this before. Yeah, someone said a Mars bar, I think, last time. Yeah. I think of food. That's what you describe food with. Irresistible, you're just putting the IR before resistible. Resistible is something that you can resist. Irresistible is something that you cannot resist. You cannot resist Allah. If Allah decides something, can you resist His decree? No. He is irresistible. When I was younger, I said, irresistible, this is for Allah. What does that mean? Okay? Is that you are so infatuated with Allah that you can't resist thinking about Allah. That's what it means. Okay? So As-Salaam is the one who is free from peace. Sorry, the one who is free from imperfection. That's the meaning. So it's very similar to Al-Quddus, the one who is free from those imperfections we mentioned for Al-Quddus. Now, notice here, when we finished our salah, what do we say? We say Astaghfirullah 3 times, then Allahumma anta as-salam wa minka as-salam tabarak ya dhal jalali wal ikram. Allahumma anta, oh Allah, you are as-salam. Why do we say as-salam here? Have you ever questioned? Why not? Allahumma anta al-kareem wa minka al-karam. Allahumma anta al-aziz wa minka al-izz. Why Allahumma anta as-salam? Think about it. Oh Allah, you are the flawless, where I have just completed a salah which is full of deficiencies. But you are the flawless one. And from you comes flawlessness. From you comes this ability to be free from imperfections. You're saying this, acknowledging that you are the perfect one, whereas I am the miskeen, the one who is poor, the one who performs this ibadah in such a deficient way. And from you comes this flawlessness. You're saying this out of hope that Allah rectifies your salah. You're saying this out of hope that Allah rectifies your salah. Allahumma anta as-salam wa minka as-salam. When you give salam to someone, As-Salamu alaikum, people translate it as peace be upon you. What does that mean? May you be tranquil. No. Many scholars say As-Salamu alaikum, meaning may Allah, who is As-Salam, be over you. May He protect you, because He is Salam, who is free from deficiencies. May He protect you from deficiencies. May He protect you from harm. May He protect you from imperfections. Or it means, may the concept of salam be with you. May Allah protect you, essentially. But at the end of the day, it's a dua. It's a dua that you are making for that person. So simply, peace be upon you is not really enough. Peace be upon you is not really enough. It doesn't convey enough meanings, the correct meaning. So, As-Salam, Allah is the one, if He is the one who's free from imperfections, what effect should this have on the believer? Firstly, this should remind us that if Allah is the one who is free from imperfections, that means we are the ones that are full of imperfections. He is As-Salam. We are not As-Salam. We can't be described as being As-Salam. But we should strive for that target and try and reach that target. And that's why one of the goals of the believer is to reach that level. He won't reach it, but is to reach the level where he frees himself from imperfections. Allah says, يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. On that day, neither wealth nor charity will help anyone. Wealth or children will help anyone except the one who comes to Allah with a qalb salim, with a sound heart. Qalb, a heart which is salim. Salim from salam. Salim, free from shirk, free from kufr, free from sins, free from spiritual tarnishes, free from spiritual harm, free from sins. That's what will benefit you on the Day of Judgment. Qalbun salim. That's the purpose, brothers and sisters, in life, to purify this heart of ours. Because if you can purify this heart, you're guaranteed success. You're guaranteed success if you can purify this heart. So Allah says, nothing will benefit you except what? The sound heart. So and that's the purpose of your life, brothers and sisters. Really to purify your hearts. Because you might think, isn't the purpose of life to worship Allah? Yes, the purpose of life is to worship Allah. But you can't worship Allah unless you have a sound heart. And worship has been legislated to purify the heart. The scholars have said this. All of acts of ibadah, their main purpose is to purify the heart. So that you come to Allah on the Day of Judgment with a sound heart, and that's what you will benefit from. Because Rasulullah said, Inna Allah la yanzuru ila ajsadikum wa amwalikum. Allah, He doesn't look to your wealth, He doesn't look to your physical forms. وَلَكِنْ يَنْظُرُ إِلَىٰ قُلُوبِكُمْ وَأَعْمَالِكُمْ. But He looks to your hearts and He looks to your actions. We should also remind ourselves that this word As-Salaam is the word that will be said to the believers when they enter into Jannah. Salamun alaykum tibtum fadkhuluha khalidin. That's the greeting, brothers and sisters, of people of Jannah. Salamun alaykum. Salamun alaykum. And something that I've been found fascinating, I still haven't confirmed this, but in the dunya we generally say to one another, As-Salamu alaykum, with alif lam. But in many cases, when it's related to the hereafter, it's Salamun alaykum. Without alif lam, there's no As-Salam. Now, although you can say in the dunya, As-Salamun alaykum, I can say that too, that's allowed. You can. But in Jannah, it seems to me, Allahu A'lam, Allah knows best, that there is always been mentioned like, Salamun alaykum. What's the difference? Because in the dunya, when you're saying Salamun alaykum, As-Salamu alaykum, you are saying it as a dua. But in Jannah, it's no longer a dua, it's a statement. Peace has reached you, Salam is upon you. That's it. No more imperfection. No more stress. No more worries. We need to say this in the dunya, Salamun alaykum, because the whole dunya is full of imperfection. But what imperfection will you find in Jannah? You won't find imperfection in Jannah. You'll just find perfection after perfection. So the angels, they'll greet you with this beautiful greeting. Salamun alaykum. It's no longer a dua, it's a statement, it's a fact, it's a reality. It's as if it's said to them, you have reached this level. You have reached this reality of salam. That's salam. And to know that Allah is the one who also greets His believers on that day as well. And in so many places in the Quran, Allah He gives salam to the prophets. And there's so many places. Salamun ala Nuhin fil alamin. Salamun ala Ibrahim. Salamun ala Musa. So many places. It's a special greeting that Allah gives to the Anbiya. It's a special greeting that we say to ourselves in the dunya. Rasulullah sallallahu, he said, لا تدخلون الجنة حتى تؤمنوا, that you will not enter into Jannah until you believe. ولا تؤمنوا حتى تحابوا, and you will not believe until you love one another. أولا أدلكم على شيء إذا فعلتموه تحاببتم. Shouldn't I inform you of something that if you do, you will love one another? أفشوا السلام بينكم, spread the salam amongst you. Wallahi, if you reflect over this salam, we say salam to one another. We are manifesting, we are glorifying this religion. We don't greet one another and say hello and hi. No, we are not ashamed to say As-Salamu alaykum. When people hear this, they know you are Muslim. You're making dua for your brother. You're making dua for him, her. You're asking Allah to give them goodness. This is humility as well. You're humbling yourself to the other believer by giving salam. So, salam, it's a beautiful thing. And this is why even one of the names of Jannah is Ad-Darus-Salam. Ad-Darus-Salam. Why? Why is it called Darus-Salam? Jannah is free from death. It's free from illness. It's free from all forms of bad traits. Even bad feelings that you have, this is all going to disappear in Jannah. وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. Allah says, we will take away, وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي صُدُورِهِمْ. We will take from their chests, in ghillin, any form of hatred that you have. إِخْوَانًا. They will be brothers. عَلَى سُرُرٍ مُتَقَابِلِينَ. On couches, facing one another. What's that important feature, facing one another? Why? Because when you hate someone, you can't bear to look at them and sit in front of them. You turn away, you turn to the side. Allah says, no, on that day Allah will remove the ghil from your hearts, even jealousy, hatred, envy. So you'll be sitting in front of that person and you'll be looking directly at their face, face to face. Can you imagine that? Think about the person, someone you hate in this dunya. Think about a person. You can't stand to look at their face. You can't even stand to think about that person's face. In Jannah, you'll be looking at that person face to face, mutaqabilin. Allah removes all that from your heart. SubhanAllah. Sometimes sisters, they ask, when we get jealous of our husbands, they go all over hul ain and this and that. Wallahi, do you think you'll have jealousy in your heart? You'll have no jealousy in your heart. You'll have no jealousy in your heart. You'll have no bad feelings in your heart. Nothing. No bad feelings. No jealousy. No spite. This is a land of salam, freedom. from all their imperfection. May Allah grant us that. As-Salaam. Inshallah, that we will conclude for today.